It's that time again for another not-so-normal gaming podcast, featuring your hosts, MrTechnoSqueek.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Nostalgic Dan 1.
Everything I feel is in this sword. Good.
Come on!
And Quick Freeze 4.
Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys.
This is a podcast you want to listen to, but first, you gotta press start. Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of the Press Start Podcast, the only podcast where you'll find out why Donkey Kong is unsatisfied by his big banana. I'm Quick Freeze, one of your co-hosts, and I am joined by two, not one, but two lovely co-hosts, the first being the everable, lovable MrTechnoSqueek. How are you, man?
I like that Donkey Kong thing you put in there.
You really like that big banana.
Very funny.
Thank you. I thought it was quite funny. Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been sick this whole week. Sucks. But feeling a bit better.
Well, I'm glad you survived.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it's always good. But our other co-host, the nostalgic, the person who never takes off his beanie except for 1 week ago, Mr. Nostalgic Dan, how are you?
I'm really curious about this whole big banana thing.
Well, he's unsatisfied. He's a big giant monkey and he has a big giant banana. He's unsatisfied. What can you do? Come on.
Other than big bananas, I'm doing pretty swell.
Yeah?
Pretty swell. Thanks for asking. How about you? How about you, Cliva? How are you doing?
You know what? Today I actually been like overly happy today, and it's good. I like being happy.
That's like me every day. I don't know why.
Really?
I'm like always happy.
That's fantastic. And as you guys know, we've been off for about 2-3 weeks because we've life.
It's all Dan's fault.
It's all my fault.
You know, I was trying to be polite about the whole thing, but yes, it's all Dan's fault. It's all Dan's fault. Dan, what have you been doing for the last 3 weeks that prevented us from doing this wonderful podcast?
Well, so I was busy with school, and in particular, I was busy with my capstone course, which anyone who's familiar with college, your capstone course is kind of like a required course that you need to take in order to actually get your degree and graduate. So for me, in the Bachelor's of Fine Arts, it's the Senior Exhibition course. It's called Senior Exhibition and Portfolio, and hence the name. It's a class all about putting together, actual art exhibition, a gallery, in a gallery space. So we had to do that, I think, like 2 weeks ago now. It passed. I had to set up like pretty much all weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was in this gallery space for like 8 hours a day over the weekend, just setting everything up with everyone else, because not only is it a kind of matter of getting your artwork up there, but everything's got to be like at the exact same like kind of eye level. Everything's got to be really precise. Plus you got to get all this other stuff like guest books and wall vinyls to kind of decorate the wall, name tags, name plaques, and it's a lot of setup. But it went good. It was up for a week, so we set up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it was open on Monday, and it ran from Monday through Friday of like last February, like the last week in February. And we had an opening reception on Tuesday, which was like at night, and we had a bunch of people show up for that because that's when we had like food and drinks and for people to kind of show up and just hang out, talk to some of the artists, talk about the work, and just a kind of get together kind of thing. And it was great. We had easily over 100 people over the course of like 2 hours, and lots of good food, lots of good people, lots of good art. So I'm just glad it was over with. That was like a huge weight off my shoulders because, man, it's a lot of work. I mean, you take it for granted sometimes when you go to like, the art gallery or something, but when you have to do that kind of like just with you and a couple other people, it's a lot of work. And especially since we're intermediate, so like we have like a lot of multimedia kind of artworks of different kind of mediums. And a lot of it was kind of like digital videos and like animations. So we needed to like mount these HD TVs to the walls. So we had like 4 flat screen 32-inch TVs where we had to put up like the wall mounts and all that. So that took a while. But it's a lot of work. It's over though. It was great. as Cliva mentioned, there's a leaked picture of me without my beanie. Oh no.
Yay! We finally got to
I'm
see
gonna
him.
block everyone. You're all blocked. Privacy settings all the way.
We're gonna make that our title card picture. Don't worry. I'm just kidding. But so your capstone, was that just one class?
Yeah, that was one class. Was
Okay.
just all that.
Yeah. Okay. I was just asking because my capstone for when I went to college was just one class, and we just spent the whole time doing it. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of what this is too. It's like you spend the whole semester kind of working towards this, and then after it, you kind of just putting together your portfolio,
Yeah.
and that's like the whole course. So
Cool.
it's good.
And you're almost done with school?
Yes, I only got like 2 more months. I mean, this is like final semester, and it's been a crazy semester too because besides my capstone course, I'm taking like 4 other studios and like some art seminars, and oh my god, it's somehow I'm managing, but it's going well. Like I've been enjoying the semester despite being like super busy. I'm kind of a person too that I think I just work better when I'm actually really busy and like overwhelmed. Like I seem to just get stuff done better.
Cool. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you.
Yes, I'm glad to have free time for like the first time in 3 weeks. What have you been up to, Techno? I miss you. It's been so long. I love you, man. Love you.
Oh, I've been just laying in bed, sick as a damn dog.
What do you have? What'd you have? The flu, or you just?
I think I just
Okay.
had like fever and I had a runny nose. My throat was all sore.
Mm,
Headache sucked.
yeah,
So,
that sounds like me. Like a couple months ago, I had like everything, and it was brutal. You can't really do much. I mean, you just like all you have to do is just stay in bed because you just don't have the energy to do anything else.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're starting to feel better. You taking some medicine?
Yeah.
Got to get that NyQuil, man, and just take a shot of
Yeah,
NyQuil
that's
before
what I
bed and
got.
pass out. It's the good stuff. And then DayQuil for the day is pretty good. How about you, Cliva? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I'm like wicked overly happy today. Like at work today, I got a second monitor for my computer desk, and even though that's like not really a thing to be like
man, I'm
celebrating, it's actually really cool because then I could just have like my email and my program open at the same time, and I don't know, like it's like the little things
The
that
little
like make
things,
it's the little things that make your day like fucking amazing, and it's just I don't know, I just have a good day and. I got out of work early today, so I'm just like, oh, I'm going to play video games all day and then talk to these 2 knuckleheads, and yeah, it was a good day.
Man, I really need to buy a second monitor. I mean, there's so many times where I'm like, damn, if only I had a second monitor that I could, because I do a lot of Photoshop work and stuff like that, and I'm be like, oh, it'd be so amazing to kind of have it separate and stuff like that. It's just so helpful.
Well, it's weird because, like, at work, I was obviously using the 2 monitors, and then I come home, which I only have 1 monitor. I'm like, this is going to be so weird, going from 2 monitor to 1 monitor, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should buy a second monitor for my home computer. And
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll probably buy one. I mean, they're not too expensive for, like, a decent monitor, too, which is a good thing. I mean, every now and then, like, I'll hook up my... because I have this smaller, it's like a 24-inch LED HD TV, but it can be hooked up with HDMI cable to my computer, and I'd set it up like that sometimes. It's really cool. So, but it's like, it's a pain in the ass to set up, so it's like, man, I just need to buy another monitor. It'd be great.
Yeah, I'll see how it works out. If it gets, like, if I really like the double monitor thing at work, I might really just buy, like, a second monitor for home, and then that way I could watch, like, movies on one screen and then just whatever I do, like, just surf the net on the other screen or something like that, So, I don't know, but yeah. Just had a good positive day today, so yeah. So.
Good. Well, it's good to be back. So, guys, I believe There's that time. That time always comes where we have to, you know.
Say our goodbyes.
We're leaving already?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is the last episode of PSP forever because we're upgrading to the PS Vita. Oh,
Yeah.
PS Vita podcast.
The Press Start Vita podcast? Yeah.
On a much better OLED screen. It's gonna be amazing, guys.
Oh, so we're going with the old PS Vita and not the new one.
Oh, old one all the way. Old LED. The new ones are cool, but it's just like LCD only. The OLED is amazing. So yeah. The PS Vita podcast.
Dude, speaking of new handheld, I picked up a new 3DS.
Oh yes. We were talking about this, I heard.
I picked up the Mario and Luigi Dream Team 3DS XL bundle. And I gotta say, this thing's kind of cool. I really like it. And going with, like, just like my 2-monitor thing, is just like, this new thing, like a bigger 3DS, I don't think I could ever go back to, like, a smaller one. Like, I still have my smaller normal 3DS, and, like, I pick it up, and it's just like, wow, this thing's so tiny compared to the XL, and it's weird. Like, I've used the XL, like, demos in stores before, and it just seemed alright, but now that I actually own one, it's actually a really huge improvement. Like, the screen's brighter, obviously the screen's bigger, but, like, the sound isn't really as loud as the normal 3DS, I found, but I don't know, I like it. It's really, really cool. And then, like I said, it comes with Mario and Luigi Dream Team. You get downloaded for free, so I'm like, yeah, I love this thing.
Yeah, Cliva, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's like, I was kind of afraid it would be like too big to fit in my pocket and stuff, but no, it's still like, it fits in my pocket just fine. So like, I don't know, like, I don't see ever going back to like a normal 3DS. Like, this thing, like, it's big, yes, but like, it still fits perfectly well in your pocket, or, you know, in your bag, or obviously your bag, but like, I don't know, it's just, and then the bigger screen really does help.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to upgrade to 3DS XL. I don't know, because my eyes kind of suck too, so like, I think bigger screens actually help for people who have kind of eye problems. It helps to have bigger screens, and I just really want one.
Yeah, but like, the one thing I really, really do love about this thing, and it's probably not even like the greatest feature of this thing, is, you know how like the normal 3DS, you open it up all the way, and like, I guess if you measure it by like angle degrees, it opens up to maybe like 170 degrees.
Yeah, like the snapping kind of thing, where it snaps at different angles.
Yeah, well, this thing at the XL, it like, when you open it, it like snaps into like maybe like 115 degree, but then it obviously it does the 170 degree angle too. But like, I love like the angle of like the 115 degrees, because it's like perfect for just like sitting on your desk and just watching Netflix on it. And I'm just like, wow, this thing is great, because like, my old 3DS, when I wanted to watch Netflix, and I wanted the screen up at like, you know, 90, 100 degrees, so I could just lay back, like sit back and just watch the Netflix on it, like, the screen would always, like, it would fold back, you know, like, because it doesn't lock. But this 3DXL, it locks into place at like 2 different locations, and like, that's such a like a tiny feature, but I love it. It's the first thing I noticed. Yeah, I recommend you guys, like, if you guys can pick up a good one, and if you get it like in the month of March, or like right now, and buy a like another game with it, it's like games that qualify. You get a free Pokemon game, you know, either X or Y. So, and that was kind of like one of the reasons why I bought the XL, because I'm giving my old 3DS to a friend of mine, so, and I'm gonna give him the free Pokemon game. So
awesome, yeah. I need to get one. They're not too expensive either.
No, they're only like this thing only was like $200, and the 3DS XL without a game is $200. So basically, I got Mario and Luigi Dream Team for free. So, and that new one's coming out too. The Yoshi's.
Yeah, Yoshi's
New Island.
Yeah.
like that bundle comes out in like I think next week. So
Do we want to get into possibly, maybe, some news?
if we have to, fine.
Geez, I'm sorry. I
Fine.
apologize.
Fine.
I feel so bad now that I gotta let Techno go first.
Okay.
Why?
I'm too distraught. I can't
I
talk.
know.
It's so sad.
Okay.
Go Techno, I believe in you.
Well,
So like even he's like sighing. He's like, oh, I don't want to do news.
well, yeah, because I'm doing the one about Shemune.
It's sad, but
sad.
Echo the
Sad.
Dolphin is coming back.
No,
Yeah.
no,
That's why
no.
they're getting rid of Shed.
no.
So they can
We're
bring
not
back
talking about
Echo.
Echo the Dolphin. No,
Oh,
we're not doing that.
are you dolphin racist, Techno? I'm sorry.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But
I'm laughing so hard.
the Shemu trademark has been pretty much canceled here in the United States by the Patent and Trademark Office because Sega has not been using it. That's pretty much it. The trademark page explains the cancellation happened because the registrant did not file an acceptable declaration under Section 8, which pretty much means you haven't used this trademark in God knows how long. And, just a couple years if you have a trademark and you don't use it for whatever years they, put on it, then you get no trademark.
Isn't it
So,
like 15 years or something?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Like 15, 10 years, something like that. And apparently Sega either did not provide declaration required to keep the trademark or did not manage to bring it up a suitable excuse for the fact that the company hasn't been making commercial use of it. So, yep. I don't really know what this means. I don't think it means that like Shemu is like dead. It's just
You're gonna need to re-buy the trademark and
Yeah.
go through the process again.
Well, now that Sega doesn't own Shenmue, can't anybody pick up the franchise and just make Shenmue 3?
well,
Like can't
that's
Nintendo?
another thing. Well, Nintendo's never going to pick something like this up.
I just
People
said Nintendo.
been- there's rumors out there that Sony is going to bring Shenmue to the PS4 because I forget his name, but one of the guys behind the PS4 is friends with the creator of Shenmue. I can't remember the names. I'm brain dead right now. Explosions everywhere in my mind. But Mark Cerci is the guy I'm thinking of on PS4 side. I'm probably making a totally not even right name, that last name, but you understand who I'm talking about, then there you go. So hopefully it's not dead, and if it was dead, I would think it's only dead in the United States, which, how Sega loves not to bring over.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And they don't localize a whole lot of stuff.
But that's true though, right? Now that they don't have it, anyone can pick it up though, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think as long as they call it Shenmue 3. I mean, they wouldn't be able to call it just Shenmue, because that was the original one, and they wouldn't be able to call it Shenmue 2, but as long as it has a different name.
Well, why would you call something Shenmue unless it's like an HD remake? But yeah, obviously, wouldn't you want to make Shenmue 3 just to complete the story? So, yeah.
Or they can make an origin story.
Yeah, that's
Shenmue
true.
Origins. There you go.
No. I have another question though. Like, didn't they put? I don't. What's the main character of Shenmue?
Rio.
He's
Okay.
in the new Sonic
Yeah,
All-Star Racing.
yeah, that's where I'm going. Yeah, like, wouldn't that keep the trademark alive a little bit? No, I guess not.
I don't. I think it would just.
Because they didn't.
I think, uh, if you look at it this way, where it doesn't, the trademark, I'm guessing, doesn't like involve the characters.
It's mainly
It's
just for the name.
The name.
Yeah.
Yeah. The name
Oh.
Shenmue.
Yeah, that's trademarked. Or was trademarked.
I don't know what. I don't know. I just find it weird because obviously, if they use Ryu in the Sonic game, obviously the Sega's thinking about Shenmue. And it's like I'm just surprised at why they would let that go.
Well, they can't. It's not. It wasn't like Sega's like cancel it on United States. That's not what happened. It was just the trademark office canceled it because Sega wasn't using it.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this a while back when we were talking about Sega having these what they call dormant IPs, which are just dormant, meaning they haven't been used in so long. Stuff like, Shenmue or any of these other stuff. But
But,
I think
yeah,
it's
like
kind of...
Outrun,
Yeah, Outrun,
Shinobi, or well,
Space Harrier, I mean, stuff like that. It's like dormant IPs, and I think it could be a similar thing where it was just a dormant trademark. Like, they just weren't using it. It's not like, Sonic or something. It's just like I'm pretty sure Shenmue hasn't been used since Shenmue 2 on the Xbox. Right?
Yeah.
And that was it. So it's like they never mentioned it or used it again really after that. So it was just kind of idle, dormant. And I guess trademark offices can kind of can that if you're not using it for a while.
Now, well, didn't they do like a Shenmue HD on the 360? Does that not apply? I guess not.
There is no HD.
Oh, I thought they. All right, I'm dumb.
They were hoping
I thought
for
they
that.
did.
Yeah, a lot of people are hoping for a HD remake, but it never happened.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind then.
So, I'm guessing you could have Shenmue, the title, and just have different freaking characters like Shenmue, have main character, Mario. Be kind of weird, but,
I want Ryu in the next Smash Bros. Game.
I want the car from Daytona in the next Smash
The
Bros.
car from Daytona.
Just think about Fighters Mega Mix. Good times. So any more news for us, Techno?
Yes. Oh, gosh. Just a little short something. Jack Tretton steps down as Sony Computer Entertainment's president. So, pretty much, he's just stepping down. He's not, like, going to another company that this, thing doesn't say anything about that. He's just saying, I want to thank everyone, that whole thing. And, yeah, it's just, he's leaving. I don't know if he's, like, just retiring, like, just outright retiring, from the whole company, or, the whole gaming thing, or going someplace else or something. But, yeah.
Yeah, they're not really...
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, they're not really clear on that. Like, we don't really know why. We just know he stepped down. That could be a multitude of reasons, like he wants to retire or he wants to focus on another part of the company to work with, or he actually is going to another company. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that it can mean, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the guy. He's a really great guy. I mean, he's just so energetic, and like come E3 time, like, E3, all the press conferences, I love the Sony conferences, mainly just because of Jack Tretton. Like, he's just so passionate and energetic, and unlike a lot of the people who talk from like the Microsoft conference or even the Nintendo conference. It's just, he's entertaining to watch. He's a good presenter too. And he knows how to talk really well. So.
And he was the one that came up with Kevin Butler.
That's true. Yeah.
Too bad that didn't really work out.
Because of the whole Nintendo Wii thing with it, but
yeah,
that was weird. Yeah,
but
sad.
That was the reason I bought a PS3, Kevin Butler, because I was like, hell yeah, because I loved the PSP commercials as well. I forget it had little squirrels. You might remember it. He's like, I'm playing Nut or whatever for the PSP. Yeah.
God, that's old. I remember,
yeah, that's old.
I remember it so vaguely.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of different ones. But, yeah. I'll miss you, Jack Trenton. So, on to other news. Alucard returns to Castlevania Lord of Shadow 2 DLC this month. So yeah, this DLC, you'll be playing as Alucard, and this DLC, is in the storyline before the, Lords of Shadow 2's story. Like, it's before it. So, just make everything clear. And it's coming out for 360, PS3, and PC, all on March 25th. Yay! I still haven't bought it. I'm still, I have so many games that I should actually complete before I buy any more games.
That happens. We say that, but
I know. It's going to happen. I already know I'm going to buy it, and because I'm going to probably buy it on Steam, and then, there's like, oh, hey, guess what? It's only like $7 on Steam. Oh, thanks,
I
Steam.
might as well buy that.
Hell. Yeah. So, oh, God. So, yeah, I love Castlevania. But my last story, it's about GameStop raising prices once again on the PS4 camera as supplies dwindle. So, available at PlayStation 4's launch last year for $59.99, GameStop now lists the accessory, the PS4 camera, which I really like the whole name of iToy, because that's what they used to call the PS2's camera, and like everyone started calling it the iToy, the PS4 iToy, and then but they're like, no, we're just going to call it the camera, because I don't know. But anyways, it will be it now lists the price of $69.99. Retailers at Best Buy, Newegg, and Target report that the item is currently out of stock. Amazon also has also exhausted its supply, leading to third-party resellers that listing the camera at $99 or more. So, it's crazy.
Man, sounds like the whole Xenoblade fiasco all over again. GameStop trying to cash in on the quote-unquote scarcity of an item.
Yeah.
I mean, man, GameStop, man, I don't know. Like, they've been so shady, like, lately. It's like their business practices are like, little, kind of milking your wallets. Like, they're just trying to kind of launder money from people, more money. It's weird. I don't care about GameStop. I rarely, never really go there anymore, and I have no interest because I've always, for the past couple of years, just new games. I pre-order them off of Amazon or other sites, and when I do go to GameStop to actually kind of look through like their selection, the selection's like abysmal. Like, it's a terrible selection of games. It's just like the newest of the new games, and I remember when I used to be able to go into GameStop and find like, original DS games or PSP games. It's like, nope, it's all like the most modern of the modern games. And I think that's boring. Power to the players.
No, it isn't. It's like power to GameStop, man.
Exactly. Power to the corporate players. We'll say that.
Yeah.
That's messed up. But I have some news, so I'll go next. So, me and Techno have mentioned this game. Preferably me, I kind of brought up this game along with another game called Galgun, which Galgun, for people who don't know, is like a game for the PS3 and 360 in Japan, which is like House of the Dead with like Japanese anime schoolgirls and shooting them because you're absolutely irresistible to every woman. So that's Galgun, but the story's not about Galgun. It was about the other game I've talked about, and that's Akiba's Trip, or Akiba's Trip 2, which is a clever play on words because it's Akiba's Trip, like a trip, but then it's Akiba's Strip, also because it's a game that revolves around this concept that there's like vampires in Akihabara going around, and it's like hidden vampires amongst all these other people. So the concept is to kind of like fight with people because it's actually a brawler, like it's a beat 'em up game, like it's a brawler. So you like beat up people and then you have to beat them up enough so you can strip off their clothes and expose them to the sunlight because vampires don't really like the sunlight. But the reason I'm talking about this is recently, very recently, Xseed confirmed to be releasing Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed for the PS3 in North America, coming this summer actually. So shout out to Xseed for picking up another really odd game. I honestly, genuinely never thought this game would come out here. And I'm like, wow, thank you, Xseed. I saw that. I was like, Xseed, you guys are amazing. So that's going to be coming up for the PS3 and PS Vita. And if you're familiar with the games, it's essentially a port of Akiba's Trip 2, which is the newest one. The original one came out on the PSP only, like it was on the original PSP and that was it. So this is the second one, which in Japan it was for the PS3 and PS Vita, but they're localizing it with a kind of changed name, obviously, since we didn't get... It wouldn't make sense to call it Akiba's Trip 2 if we didn't get the first one in America, but yeah, it's coming in. It's coming soon. It's coming summer this time, so...
Now, is it digital or
No, and
disc?
people are confused at first because Xseed tends to not like to say if a game's physical or like digital right away, but this is a physical and digital release. There's going to be actual copies. Because I was curious about that too. I was like, you guys got my hopes up with Senran Cognitive Burst when you announced that was coming out. And then I found out it was digital only, and I was like, wow, that was so sad. I was like, you broke my heart. I wanted Samurai Big Booby action beat 'em up on a physical copy, and it's like a digital download only. But this is physical and digital for the PS3 and PS Vita. So you can get your Akiba's Trip on. Go to Akihabara and strip people, strip everyone, expose them to the sunlight. It's amazing. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. But on another news article, so we all know Mr. Keiji Inufane, who's currently working on Mighty Number 9. But his other team, which is called Inti Creates in Japan, is working on another side-scrolling action game that's supposed to be coming out for the Nintendo 3DS. And it's supposed to come out this summer sometime for the Nintendo 3DS eShop, so it's a download only. But the game's called Azure Striker Gunvolt for the 3DS. And they have a trailer that you can check out, but it's basically very similar to Mega Man. It's a side-scrolling action game, shooter, and all that. It looks, if you watch the trailer, it actually looks really impressive. It's got super colorful, super fast-paced, super energetic, and it's got some unique boss fights there. So it actually looks really, really good, and that's coming as for the Nintendo eShop. As of right now, though, it's only confirmed for Japan, but it's a download only, so I'm assuming at some point it would make sense that it would come out on the eShop here in the West. So, and that's Azure Striker Gunvolt for the 3DS. It looks like a really, really high quality side-scrolling action game. So if you like games like Mega Man and Mighty Number 9, would be something to keep an eye out for. That is all my news. Yeah.
Nice. I have a few news stories as well. Rocksteady reclaims the Batman Arkham games with a new game coming out this year called Batman Arkham Knight. Rocksteady's developed Arkham Games is in development of a new Xbox One game, PS4 game, and PC game later this year, as I already mentioned, in the debut trailer of Batman Arkham Knight, which is going to be the final game in the series. We get to hear Alfred read a letter to Bruce from his father, Thomas Wayne, his last will and testament aloud. And Batman does what he does best. He goes out and takes this information. I don't want to reveal it if anyone hasn't seen the trailer at all, but he takes this information, and I guess that leads into the story of Arkham Knights. And the story for this game is going to revolve around, I think the major villain is going to be Scarecrow, and he's going to team up with other villains such as Two-Face, Penguin, and Harley Quinn, and a bunch of other, like another horde of like super criminals in the Batman universe. So, and gameplay-wise, it looks like it's just going to be like your typical Batman Arkham games, same trademark stealth combat. But this one includes one thing that the other games did not include at all. You are going to have the ability to drive the fucking Batmobile.
And it's a badass Batmobile.
I know, right? This thing, it's a new design Batmobile, but it resembles the Batmobile. It resembles the Tumbler from the newer Batman films. So I can't wait. I saw this trailer and I'm like, oh my god, you get to drive the fucking Batmobile. This is awesome. And the last thing that just makes this super, super awesome, Harley Quinn being one of my favorite DC female characters in DC, you'll be able to play as Harley Quinn in some fashion of the game for those who pre-order a copy of Batman Arkham Knight. So I don't know, this might actually be I want to get a PS4, and this might be like the game that will make me buy. I'm gonna get a PS4 anyway for Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15, but I'm definitely gonna get this game for the PS4 day one. I want to play this game. So I'm a huge fan of the Batman Arkham games, and I'm sure you are too, Techno.
Yeah. I really hope Nightwing or some sidekick is in this, in the full story, and not just how they were in Arkham City, I think, where it was oh hey, you can play as Robin in this little map thing, this little little not multiplayer, but time attack mode or whatever.
No, I hear you.
So it'd be badass to have Red Hood in it.
Yeah, I'm more psyched about the Batmobile myself. So, but I have another news story here. Is the Last of Us movie has been confirmed for a full motion picture. The script will be written by creative director Neil Druckmann, Durckmann, with Spider-Man and Evil Dead's veteran Sam Raimi among its producers. With all the key Naughty Dog members on board, this thing is... I'm pretty sure, I don't know anything really about this movie, but the fact that Sam Raimi and the Naughty Dog team members are going to be on this thing, this might actually be a really good movie. I know some people are probably going yeah, video game movie, it's going to suck, they always suck, but I don't know, for me, I love the Evil Dead movies. I love the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. And, obviously Naughty Dog's team makes amazing games. I've never played a bad Naughty Dog game. I don't know. I'm excited for this Last of Us movie. I know there's a lot of people that love the Last of Us game. And I think this movie will do very well. Like I said, I don't know anything about this movie so far. But I think this will be a pretty good movie. And they already got I don't know. I just think it'll be good. I think this will be a good movie with the people that are already involved. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm skeptical, like always. Just like I hear any video game movies, I'm like, yeah. I mean, but I feel like The Last of Us in particular, because of how the story is and how, I guess, cinematic in general the game is, like, it could lend well to an actual movie adaptation, because the game is very cinematic, it's very powerful, it's very dramatic, so, especially if it's got a decent cast of actors, I mean, a movie's always going to come down to the actors and the actresses. So the quality of acting, and the directing, but I don't know. It could be something good, or it could be something absolutely dreadful. We'll see.
And
Yeah.
I just like if they get like anyone to, I would want like nobody actors to get these roles. Like if you just get somebody that's just like been in like movies before, I think it'll just kind of like ruin it for me. But if you get like brand new talent to play the roles of Joel and Ellie, I think I think it'll be good. But I don't see how. There's a lot of things that could ruin the movie, but I don't right now. I can't really think of any. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited, even though you guys are not.
Yeah.
Fine. Alright, well I have one last story, and do you guys remember the game Fighting is Magic?
Oh yeah, I was like top tier on that, man. Like I was getting ready to go to Evo for it.
Yeah, I know how much you like that Fluttershy character.
Oh man, play a mean game of Fluttershy.
Yeah, but that's right. The Fighting in Magic is the Fighting is Magic game is back. If you guys remember, I probably talked about this a long time ago. The team Main Six was developing Fighting is Magic. They got hit with a cease and desist order from Hasbro, telling them basically stop making the game. You can't.
Stop making the game.
Yes, exactly.
Using our characters.
Exactly. That's pretty much exactly what they said. And they did. They absolutely stopped making Fighting is Magic. They weren't going to make it anymore. But recently, a group of dedicated fans took a leaked version of the game and finished it. So now it's up on the interwebs. You could actually download this game, play it. It has multiplayer, and it's fully functional. It's called the Fighting is Magic, the Tribute Edition, and you could download it on equestriadaily.com. I'll actually put the link below on the YouTube video, so anyone who wants to download this game, you guys can play it. You can either download it directly from equestriadaily.com, or you can download it through a torrent program also on that website as well. But yeah, like I said, a group of dedicated fans took a leaked version of Fighting is Magic and finished it. And I saw gameplay. I haven't played it myself because I'm actually waiting for a good fighting controller for the PC. But I've seen gameplay of it, and it looks like a very well made fighter. You know, it has a combo system, it has ultras, supers. Honestly, it just looks really, really damn good. So, anyone, it's free to download. Like I said, I'll put a link below. Just check it out if you're a fighting game fan. If you're a My Little Pony fan, definitely check it out. So, I think it's cool. And the fans that finished this game are not Main Six. They have nothing to do with Main Six, and even the team of Main Six came out and said, we don't know where this tribute edition came from. We don't know who made it, but they're just totally not involved. So I don't know. I think this is cool. I think because I actually really wanted to play this game, and it really hurt me. Like it really hurt when they said we're stopped making this game. We can't do it, but yeah, now it's back. Now I can play it as soon as I get a good controller. Yeah. I think it's really cool. So.
Oh man, I'm so excited! Can't wait to jump back into that and maybe do some battling with Fluttershy and use our hyper EX meter.
You're such a
I
liar.
can juggle people for days with Fluttershy. You have no idea.
You're such a liar.
Right, Techno does not want to play me on Fighting His Magic because he knows I kick his ass.
Shit.
Like I do on Street Fighter 4. Anyway.
Okay.
You're so full of shit. No, I just think it's cool that the game is actually finished and people can play it for free, so that's kind of cool. So, but that's it. That's all my news stories.
And I believe that's all our news.
Yeah,
so.
We're ending it with ponies.
All the ponies.
Beating the crap out of each other.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, me neither.
The time! Who's got the time?
It's question time!
So guys, do we want to maybe jump into some questions now?
We do. We actually have a good amount of questions.
Oh man, that makes me so happy. You have no idea.
Does it really?
Yes.
How happy?
I love questions. Like so happy. Like I got a second monitor happy. Which would make me pretty damn happy too. I'm so happy.
That is totally not funny, but I'm laughing my ass off. It's like second monitor happy.
Exactly.
Alright. Well, our first question comes from Nick, and he basically asks a very simple question. What is your favorite Vita game?
Oh, man.
Let's see.
Well, I got two answers I can think of right away. So one of them, obviously, I'm a big fan of the E series, and it's a great entry into the series. Probably one of my favorites, actually, and that's E's Memories of Salsetta, which is fantastic. But the other one is a game I'll probably going to talk about in case we've been playing recently, because I finished it, and it's actually a really long game for being like a mystery adventure kind of game. But Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Oh my god, this is like my sleeper hit of the year. Like, it's so damn good, and it got so good towards the end. It's ridiculous how weird, how experimental, how avant-garde, witty, vulgar, gruesome. Like, it's just everything wrapped into one, and it's so surreal and such a good mystery adventure game that I highly, highly recommend it. I mean, I personally like it more than games like 999. It's actually from the same developer too, which I didn't know originally, but it's from the same developer as 999. You know, it's got elements of like, you know, Professor Layton, Phoenix Wright, like all these other mystery adventure games. But it's got such a unique story, and it's so powerful. It's so good. It's addicting too, because, I mean, for the story itself, like mystery adventure games you don't think would be that long, but this game took me like 30 hours to go through the whole story. Like, it was a really long story, so, and there's actually more content to play after you beat the game, but really, really good. Just fantastic game. One of my favorites for sure on the PS Vita.
Nice. I'm gonna go with Persona 4 Golden. I never played the PS2 version, so this was the first time I've ever played the Persona 4 game, and I gotta say I loved it. I loved the crap out of it. I love the characters, every single one of them. There was not one character I did not like. I love the music. I thought the music was very upbeat and catchy, and I went out of my way to download the soundtrack off a torrent program. I actually want to go out and buy the soundtrack myself. I just can't seem to find it anywhere. But I love the soundtrack. Love just great visuals overall. I even went out and bought the Persona 4, the animation on Blu-ray, just because I love the story. I love the characters. I love the environment. Everything about the game I just liked, and battle system was really good. It's the turn-based RPG that I love. I love turn-based RPGs. So, and it was a good mystery. Like, it had multiple endings. It had, I think it was like, I forget, what was, Dan, you might know, what was the bonus feature that the PS2 didn't have? Like, wasn't there like a bonus something?
For Persona 4?
Yeah. Wasn't there like an extra character that
Oh, for
One
the
of
Vita, like the Vita version?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like additional, like social links as they call them. You know how there's social links? There's like extra social links than the PS2 version, and there's like new features like you can do gardening and stuff like that. But there's like additional characters and additional features.
Yeah. But yeah, I just like the game overall because it's an RPG, but then it was kind of like a game like The Sims. You know, you go and battle, fight monsters, blah blah blah. But then you worry about other stuff like it's like, oh crap, I gotta study for this test, and like I gotta go to school, and then I gotta go do my job to earn more money, so I can use that money to buy like weapons. So like it had all these different elements in the game, and they worked so well. And it's a long RPG. I think it took me about like 75 hours to complete, and I didn't like the time just flew by. Like I was so absorbed into this game. So yeah, Persona 4 Golden is definitely my favorite Vita game of all times, and it's a good entry for me. Like I've never played a Persona game in my entire life, so because of Persona 4, I'm excited for Persona 5. You know, because now I get to say like, well, if Persona 4 was totally awesome, Persona 5 is going to be hopefully just as awesome. So it's a good entry into the series. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah, that's a great one. And I totally agree with that statement that you said that, like, it was 75 hours or whatever, but the time just goes by. I felt like the same way with, like, Persona 3. Like, Persona 3 took me, like, 90 hours to beat it, and it was a really long game. But it was, like I beat the game, and I looked back on it, and I was like, wow, that did not feel like 90 hours, because I was, like, addicted to it. Like, I'd play it for, like, 4 or 5 hours straight, and it's, like, it was just so enjoyable. And it's like, you look back on it and it's like, you know, it doesn't feel that long because you enjoyed it so much.
Now, it's like, since I haven't, that's the only one I played is the 4. Now, do all the Persona games have that element where you're like a high school kid and you go to school?
That's only Persona 3 and Persona 4. It was introduced in Persona 3.
Okay, so it's only 3 and 4, okay.
The other ones are old school, like dungeon crawlers on the PlayStation 1, and they have a lot of old school mechanics. Like the older ones are much harder, I think, than some of the newer ones, but they don't have like the social kind of sim aspect to them, and that's only Persona 3 and Persona 4, and presumably Persona 5, hopefully.
Okay, because that's what I liked the majority of Persona 4 is just going to school and doing the whole battle thing.
Yeah, just that whole kind of dichotomy of balancing, you know, RPG stuff, but then balancing like social link stuff, and it's like it all intertwines into each other because it's all necessary. It's like if you build social links with certain people, it increases your affinity towards like certain things, and it actually has like benefactors to the actual kind of gameplay later on when you actually go dungeon crawling and whatnot. So it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. What about you, Techno? Favorite Vita games?
Well, you know, I do own Ys 4.
Oh yeah, you bought that.
Played it.
Well, you should play that, Techno, because it's pretty damn good. I like it a lot.
Well, yeah. You know, the thing with me, I play a fuck ton of games.
Me too. Well, not really. Recently, I've been super busy, but yeah, usually. Trust me, play Ys Celceta. It's super good.
Yeah,
it's my favorite one.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one since like Open Pagana and 1 and 2 Chronicles. It's really damn good.
It really is. Yeah, I played Ultima Pagana too, and the one for the Vita is my favorite Ys game so far.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So play that when you get the chance, Techno.
Yeah. So I guess my favorite I've played so far is Muramasa.
Oh yeah, I like it too. It's really good. It's like a whole new game on the Vita. Playing it again with those beautiful visuals.
Yeah.
It's it looks incredible.
LED screen.
Oh my god, yeah, it looks incredible on the PS Vita. And it's a fun game. I mean, it's a quality, you know, kind of action RPG.
Yeah.
beat 'em up. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Let's see. Our next question comes from Comeback Kid, and another simple question. He says, "What is your favorite light gun game?" Mine's really easy. Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Was like my cop out's Duck Hunt.
No, mine's not cop out. It's just I really just love Duck Hunt. You know, it's the game I grew up on. First game I owned for the system, and me and my dad used to sit in front of the TV for like hours and just fucking shooting the ducks. It was just really, really great. You know, there's other ones out there like Virtua Cop and House of the Dead, but yeah, Duck Hunt. I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah. I say it's my cop out just because I feel like it's a given, but like I'm pretty much the same as you. I grew up on Duck Hunt. We used to, kind of cheat and get super close to the TV and then shoot the ducks
I
that
did
way.
that. Yeah.
It's like, and then we practiced trying to do it from like different ranges and stuff like that. It was so much fun, but it's one of the best light gun games out there, and like it should be a given. But other ones besides Duck Hunt that I like, I'm a big fan of Area 51. I used to play the arcade machine.
Oh my god!
Area
I remember
51.
that.
Yeah, I used to play the arcade machine for that a lot, and along with Time Crisis is great.
Yeah.
So I feel like those are Duck Hunt for like a kind of console version, I guess, like a console light gun game, and then Area 51 and Time Crisis for like arcade light gun games. Those are some of my favorites. What about you, Techno?
It would have to be House of the Dead 2 on the Dreamcast. Man, I remember getting the Dreamcast like launch day, and we had a demo disc, and it was the first one they released because they, when they were doing the Dreamcast magazine, each magazine would have a demo disc to it, and that's why it was kind of like $8 for every issue, and that's kind of pricey, but it came with a demo disc. So, and on the demo disc it had House of the Dead 2. And we played the crap out of the demo, and then we finally got the real game and played the shit out of it. And yeah, like here in America, they never released Sega never released their actual pistol, their light gun, because I think 9/11 or some shit, like something stupid like that. Yeah. But you had to buy like third party, which we did, and it was fun. House of the Dead 2. Woo!
It's a good one.
See, our next question is from Nick Knack. He says, "Hey guys, just want to ask one simple question this week. What is your favorite type of food? Example, Chinese, Indian, Italian, etc."
Well, you should already know, Mom.
All the things.
What is
it? All the
Gotta
things.
eat 'em all.
No.
Gotta eat them all.
Gotta eat them all.
No. I was going to say pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza, like, if I didn't get, like, fat, if I could eat pizza for the rest of my life,
You would be.
I would eat it.
Well, I'm certainly glad you don't have to eat pizza for the rest of your life, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of get tired of it.
yeah, I think it's one of those things where, like, even if you have a food that you love, regardless, like, it'd be hard to eat it for the rest of your life just because eventually you get sick and tired of it.
Yeah. But, you could have different toppings every other day.
Mix it up.
Yep.
Hmm.
Well, I'm gonna go with my favorite food of all time is just a simple hamburger with pickles and ketchup, mustard. But I really do like Chinese food.
Yeah.
there's this good little place from where I work, and from time to time I'll go there and get takeout and bring it back to my desk, and I just love it. So I'll go Chinese for my answer. So
Yeah, I mean, I love traditional stuff. Like, I love me a good burger any day or good pizza.
Yeah.
But besides that, I really do like Chinese food too. There's a lot of good Chinese restaurants around here and like all-you-can-eat buffet kind of Chinese places, and it's so good. And it's like, because I love chow mein. Chow mein is so fucking good, and fried rice. And then they usually have like salmon and stuff like that. Like they just like like the sweet and sour chicken, and there's a lot of good stuff. Like I love a lot of the Chinese dishes, like orange chicken. And, like there's just a lot of good food there. But I do like some Japanese food too. Like I started over the past couple of years, I started eating sushi and stuff like that, and I really do like sushi.
sushi's good.
Yeah, so I mean, I love that kind of style of Japanese food too. So I don't know. I mean, I'm one of those who's just like open to anything new. Like I love eating new foods, trying different cultural foods. You know. So,
There was a place back when my father lived in Nacogdoches, Texas. Like we would go there every summer, and there was a place called Barn Hills. It was a buffet, and they had everything that you could dream of. They had pizza, they had burgers, they had chicken, they had fish, they had crab, they had lobster, just everything. And I was like, I'm in heaven.
yeah, those all-you-can-eat buffets are pretty amazing. We have a couple here, and one of the big ones being a place called Golden Corral. And Golden Corral's amazing. Oh my god! Like I forget,
They have that here.
they have different days too, where it's like different food items and stuff like that. So one of the best days to go is when they have like steak. Oh, you just walk up and tell them how you want your steak, and you get a nice piece of steak. It's so good. And then everything else that you could ever imagine. Plus, I love Mexican food. Mexican food is given, especially here in Arizona, and I grew up with it. And here in Arizona, there's some of the best authentic Mexican food you could ever want, I swear to God. Not the Taco Bell stuff, like the, quote-unquote Mexican takeout is nothing compared to some of the places we got here. Like, oh my God. Like, the burritos over here, you would not believe it. They're like a couple pounds. They're like more than a foot long, just huge burritos. And burritos in the morning is a good thing. I'm just going to say that.
No, by the way, March 27th, I believe, Taco Bell's going to do breakfast.
Oh yeah. Are you going to show up and wait in line and be like, I'm the first customer here, I'm going to do this? I want to see you do that, Techno. I picture you doing that. Like, you'd be the kind of guy to just, set up a week in advance with, a tent and, a lawn chair and everything. It's like, I'm here for the launch of Taco Bell's breakfast. Like, it's a game console release or something.
Shit.
Maybe they'll name a burrito after you.
Maybe you'll get your breakfast for free if you wait.
That'd be awesome.
I hope you do that, Techno. Consider it, please. I believe in you.
I don't know about that.
Oh. Yeah, good stuff.
Another good one that I want to throw out there is we haven't mentioned at all is curry. I love curry.
Mm.
Like a good curry dish is probably the best thing I've ever tasted. So I don't know.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm a curry guy. Let's see. Next question is from Triforce of Courage. This one's kind of long, so he says, my question for this week pertains to the YouTube channel Me. Have you guys heard of it? Especially their channel has a show titled Man at Arms, wherein a famous blacksmith takes requests.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Takes requests from a recipient of famous movies, animated video game, weapons. Notable entries include Link's Master Sword, Cloud's Buster Sword, Kratos' Blades of Chaos, etc. Okay, his question is... What is this question? Oh, here, kid. If you guys could see a replica of a weapon from a video game or anime, provided it be something feasible, what would it be? So that's his question, if we could have a replica.
No, well, man, I agree. Like, I discovered that show, like, a couple of months ago, and, like, when I discovered it, I got so addicted to it. Like, I watched, like, all those episodes. I was like, it goes through, like, they're short kind of videos, and he goes through the process of, like, really, really authentically replicating weapons from, like, movies, video games, cartoons, like, Link's Master Sword, or, like, the He-Man sword. Like, he just goes and does all these, and he goes, like, he has a team who works with him, and he just really authentically replicates it, and he's really talented. You could tell he's an extremely talented blacksmith who's been doing this for, like, his whole life. Like, he's just really good at it. But the one I saw that I was super jealous of, and I would totally love to own it, because it would be the most badass thing, because it looked, aesthetically as a sword, it looks really clean, and looks really, really sharp, and that's Crom's sword from Fire Emblem Awakening. He remade that sword, and it looks so good. Like, it's authentic, but I love the design of Crom's sword from Fire Emblem Awakening. It's clean, it's aesthetically pleasing, it's a nice, long, thin sword with some gold inlay, and kind of like a kind of flared design and a standard kind of grip. I mean, it's just a really, really good looking sword. So I would love that sword.
Okay. Well, I would say, Dan, you just said it, Dan, but I would say He-Man's Power Sword. He-Man was like the very first cartoon I ever fell in love with when I was a kid, and I'm still a huge He-Man fan now. So, and I actually have a He-Man replica of his Power Sword from the 2002 cartoon. But I would love to have a replica of the Power Sword from the 80s cartoon, because that was the one I grew up with, and I could put it up on my wall right next to the 2002 sword. I would go with that. But since you already said Power Sword from He-Man, my second choice would be the double-bladed lightsaber that Darth Maul had in Episode 1, Phantom Menace. I don't know if he could do lightsabers, but I would do.
I wouldn't put it past him. He's really
Well.
He's if you've seen the show, he's a really crafty guy. Like, some of these I thought he wouldn't be able to make, and like he made the Keyblade from, like, Kingdom Hearts. It looked really damn good, and it's like some of these don't seem feasible, but he comes up with, creative ways. Oh, he did the dagger kind of attachments from Assassin's Creed, and they had to, like, jerry rig them and spring load them. They made, like, a custom mechanism, and they actually got it working where it's like a actually really sharp mini blade that just pops out, and it's really cool. So, like, they're really creative guys. So I don't know. I think they
they
come up with
did
something.
the plasma sword from Halo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Techno?
I can't think of.
You can't
Like,
think of one weapon.
There's so many.
No,
Have you
I
seen
know
the show?
there's so many. Yes,
Oh,
I've seen it.
so good.
There's so many. Like,
Name one.
it'd be badass to have the vampire killer whip from Castlevania.
Okay, well, our last question, actually, it's one person, but he asks 3 questions. This one's from Tipton Reese. He says, what is your favorite sport? What is your favorite movie from last year? Also, also, are you all playing the new South Park game, and what do you think of it? Those are his 3 questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
You can.
Okay, then. Favorite sport, hockey.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I was expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
What were you expecting then?
Football?
Yeah.
Just because I'm down in the freaking South, you think I like football.
Whoa, now are you
No.
saying everyone from the South loves football?
Pretty much.
I'm saying I thought you liked football because the majority of people in the United States either like football or baseball, so I was kind of 50-50 on my guess.
I used to like baseball.
Alright.
And then it got, boring because, they kicked out everyone that did steroids, and it's not fun to watch anymore. But yeah, hockey because people, bleed.
And there's fighting.
Yeah,
Fighting's pretty
fighting.
good too.
Yeah, I saw like this, two guys freaking fighting, and this guy like punches this dude in the mouth, and like, they stop the fight, and the other dude's like bleeding out, has like 2 teeth left and bleeding everywhere. I'm like, oh man, that probably sucks.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. So wait, what was the next question after that?
Favorite movie from last year.
Yeah, favorite movie from last year.
Oh, last year. Let me look at my movies.
Oh God.
Nope. That came out like 1990. Nope.
A little off.
Did the Dark Knight Returns parts come out last year?
I think part 2.
Or-
Yeah, part 2 maybe.
Yeah. Something like that, I don't know. Dark Knight Rises came out, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't think I have when did Fast 5 come out? I think that was
Like
2
2 years
years.
ago.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That was a lot of effort for...
I know, that was at least like a minute long or something.
Well, I have so many movies, and they're mostly all old ones.
Okay, why don't you say a recent movie?
Yeah, like
A
within the
recent-
past couple of years.
Oh, past couple years? Okay.
Name
Yeah,
one.
just something.
I guess I'll just say, I like the first Hangover.
First Hangout. Okay.
It's a good one.
I didn't like sequels, though.
No, I never saw the sequel. And have you been playing South Park? The Stick of Truth? Oh,
Nope.
well, I'll go next since I might as well. So first question, favorite sports. I actually love sports. Like, I know it's weird, but like, oh, gamers, we don't like sports. I don't like sports games. Like, I don't like to play sports games, but I love actual sports. I think my personal favorites is definitely football and basketball. But like, I love baseball. Not to the point where I'll watch a whole lot of games, but when it comes to like the pennant chase and the playoffs in baseball, it's so good. And same with hockey. Like, I'll catch some games here and there, but once it gets into like playoff hockey, it gets really, really good. But basketball and football, those two, I'll watch a majority of the games, especially like I follow a lot of the local teams really closely. And not just like any football, like I love the NFL, but I'm actually a really, really big fan of college football. I love college football, the NBA and stuff like that. Favorite movie, I don't know. Like, to be honest, I don't watch a whole lot of movies. Like, I haven't been to the movie theaters in like over 2 years. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I haven't been to the theaters in a long time, and I don't know. Like, not a whole lot of movies interest me, and like, I'll just catch some movies here and there. I don't do a whole lot of watching of movies, so I don't really have an answer for that. And I haven't been playing the South Park game because I haven't picked it up yet.
Okay, let's see. My turn then. I used to play soccer when I was a kid, so I guess that would be a good favorite. But I'm recently like slowly getting back into like WWE wrestling, so I'm gonna say wrestling is my favorite sport right now. I used to watch it a lot as a kid. Then I dropped out, and in college I got really, really into it, where I was like arguing with people, like, no, this is awesome, shut up, and I got out of it, and now I'm trying to get back into it, and the problem is I'm watching like Raw and SmackDown. I don't really know any of the characters, and I'm saying characters because yes, I know WWE wrestling is fake. I know that. So but I don't really know anybody, and then the people I do know, like Kane and Undertaker and all like Triple H, they're not really wrestling. Undertaker is, but the other two are not. They're more in like management roles. So I'm slowly getting back into wrestling, but I'm not really liking it as much as I want to. So I'm going back and I'm watching a lot of the old pay-per-views and WrestleManias from like 5 years ago. So I'm gonna say the WWE wrestling would have to be my favorite sport. Favorite movie of last year, The Avengers. It's that one's extremely easy. You got Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. I don't even have to think about it. Am I playing South Park game? I am, actually. And I will tell you my thoughts in games we've been playing. Because that's where I'll be talking about it. But I am playing it. So yeah. That's all our questions, guys.
Yay. That was a good amount of questions.
It was a good amount of questions.
You gave our gunbirds a good workout. Appreciate it. Keep them coming in.
So
Keep them coming.
it's time we should get in games we've been playing.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
I agree.
Maybe not.
Whoa,
Why not? Why not?
Stop being so indecisive.
I know,
Make
what
up
the
your
hell?
mind.
What the hell?
Yes or no?
Hold on.
Come
Let
on,
me
hurry.
take
No.
a drink of my
Oh my
Sprite.
god.
Oh my
Hurry.
god. Commercial break.
Karibo
Okay.
can't wait that long.
We're back.
Alright, yay. Charmander.
Oh my god.
Praise the Helix. Oh, shout out to Twitch Plays Pokemon if people haven't heard. They, after like 2 fucking weeks,
Yeah.
like 16 days, they actually got through the Elite Four and beat the game, which was crazy. And I was so pissed too, because like I wanted to see it like when it happened, and like it was right when they were at the Elite Four, and like they kept losing, and they kept like going through the process, and I was like,
Yeah.
it was like midnight or something, or like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I gotta go to sleep. And I was like, they'll probably still be at it when I wake up. And apparently they beat it like overnight, and I was so pissed because I woke up in the morning. I was like, whoa, they beat the game? I was like, damn, I missed it. Like, just missed it. I was like, that kind of sucks, but...
Dude, I'm so with you, dude. I was staying up to like watching them play, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, I'm totally nodding off to sleep, but I want to see them play. And yeah, I went to bed, and they beat it when I got up the next. I was mad too. I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, damn it.
Oh.
That's so, like, that's such a creative thing. It was so cool to see that. Like, it's such a unique kind of social experiment to see, like, so many people trying to actively, complete the same goal and the same objective. I didn't think they'd do it, but it took a while.
Yeah, I'm surprised they did that, because a lot of those people controlling that one character, like, there's a lot of stuff that you have to be like precise, like just getting to the Pokemon League where the Elite Four is. There's areas where if you like move too far to the left, you have to start that stupid climb all the way over again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's like some of the. I knew they had a hard part with the. I forget what it is. I don't know if it's like that Team Rocket base or whatever. The one with like all the
that's
tiles.
what it is.
Yeah, the tile floors. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like those tiles that when you step on it, it shoots you like into that direction or whatever. Like that's a really technical and precise area. Like you have to move at like just the right time and at the right moment. And somehow it took them a while because they were stuck on that for a while, but they finally got through it. And it helped because they developed this thing which they call anarchy and democracy mode, which people vote for like either democracy mode, which democracy mode changes the chat. It takes the most popular chat commands, so like it'll catalog like the chat commands for like a couple minutes, and it'll take whatever the most popular thing is and use that as the next command. So like if everyone's trying to go up and like a majority of the people select up, it'll go up in democracy mode. But then the trolls and all that love anarchy mode, which is like all hell breaks loose, where it's like it takes all the commands and everything. So, and they're actively kind of determining like anarchy and democracy mode. So that definitely helped because they implemented that like halfway through the playthrough, because for a while in the beginning it was just anything goes. But then that kind of problem and issue came up where towards the end of the game where it's like there's some really technical areas and there's no way they'd be able to get through if everyone was just spamming everything. So they came up with that kind of mode, and it's been working well for them. But they moved on since they beat Pokemon Red. And they moved on to Pokemon Crystal now, so now you can watch it play. Twitch plays Pokemon Crystal, and they got Totodile on their team, and it's interesting. It's funny. Good times. And who knows how long it's going to take to clear that, but it's interesting. But yeah. So we could get back to games we've been playing recently. So
That took forever.
I've been playing Twitch Plays Pokemon with everyone else.
It's interesting though. So
Yeah.
I still want them to release the Pokemon games on the 3DS eShop. I wish they would.
They should. That would make sense since they're like, I imagine they'd be like super popular if they put them up there.
Yeah, like I would love to play Pokemon Yellow on my 3DS. Alright, games we've been playing.
Yeah.
Yay! Techno, what have you been playing?
Wait, let me go to Instagram. We got it.
Yeah, because
I got your
I
back.
can't
I'll go.
remember.
We're like a tag team here. I got you, man.
I like how he just like accepts it. He's like, yeah, just go to my Facebook. Yeah.
Well, I haven't been playing much this week.
Techno, I'm
So
Blasphemy.
disappointed in you.
I was in bed, okay?
You can play games while you're in
Yeah,
bed.
that's a great time for handhelds.
Not whenever you can't really see, because I'm like asleep in bed all day.
You were playing the game of sleeping.
Yes.
Game of sleeping.
Well, it's been like 3 weeks, though. I
No.
mean, surely you played other games like from
Well,
a couple
yeah.
weeks ago.
I know I played some Spider-Man, Web of Shadows. Yes. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Castlevania Bloodlines, which I got pretty far, and I was very, very hyped because of it. I was like, holy shit, this game's hard, but I beat this boss that I couldn't beat. So yeah. And played a little bit of Muramasa, just a tad. And played some Rocket Knight Adventures. Heck, yes. And Road Rash. Love me some Road Rash, and that's all I can remember.
Well, I see some other stuff. I mean, did you play Skies of Arcadia within the past 3 weeks?
Oh yeah, I actually beat the boss that I was stuck at for God knows how long.
You've been stuck on that for like years.
Yeah, and see, and like, the thing was, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to like, because see, I thought I had, see, what the thing was, I didn't have a powerful enough, like, cannons, because you can upgrade your ship, right? And I went through it not even knowing about it, and I was like, oh my god, I got to a ship boss that you have to use your ship, and so, yeah. And you really don't have to, well, you should, because, later in the game you'll need to, but in the first boss you don't really need it. You just have to know how, where to place your attacks at and dodging and all that. So I got through it, and I was so glad because I found a save file on in one of my many BMUs around my freaking house, that I had a save file that was right where I could level up some and get some money and buy ship parts. So I did all that, and yeah, I'm back. Big.
Wow, I'm proud of you, Techno.
Yeah.
So, how was Street Fighter Cross Tekken on the PS Vita?
That game, I forgot Cole was in it. And I was like, holy shit, Cole's in it. So I played it, and it's alright, I guess.
Take that back. That game's awesome.
Yeah.
You asshole.
Yeah.
You really don't like it?
No, it's not that I don't like it, it's just, I don't know. It's just, meh. It's like, yeah, if I was bored, and I'll play it, but, yeah.
Speaking of Street Fighter, how was Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition?
I'm not that good at that game. I like it, though. I really like it, because I like how the characters look, I like the whole, I suck at it, though, because I'm not good at pairing, and
You have to practice.
I know this! That's why I practice 4. Street Fighter 4, because that's the game I like.
Yeah, and that's why I practice for Fighting is Magic.
You're such an ass. You're such an ass.
So, Techno, you play some Road
yeah.
Rash?
What?
Road Rash?
What about it?
Did you play it?
I mentioned it.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
Ha! How's that SCART cable?
Oh my god, it's amazing! Woo! Yes, I
Component.
finally got that SCART to component. It looks great. It would look even better if I actually have a CRT, standard definition with component hookups, but I don't right now. So, but it still looks really good.
Nice.
Them colors. All them colors.
Yeah.
And I've also played a little bit of Skullgirls, which I play with the guy, I think I've said his name once on the podcast, D-Bot, he plays Street Fighter 4 with me, and yeah, I whoop ass at that game too. So if anyone wants to friend me on my PS3, or on PS3, PSN, and wants to play me at Skullgirls Encore, bring it on.
There you go.
Is that everything?
No, there's 2 more on Facebook.
Oh,
You have Sonic 2.
oh my god, that's one of the ones I wanted to talk about the most. I totally fucking forgot. Dude, it's so good. Let me tell you something.
Alright, tell me.
The Android and iOS versions of the Sonic games are the best versions you can get. Okay, Sonic 2. I haven't played Sonic 1 on phones or iOS, Android, whatever. I use Android. But in Sonic 2, there was 4 stages that they did not put in the game, or that they took out of the game either because they didn't get it finished, or they finished it and it wasn't like completely finished, whatever. But they put in Hidden Palace Zone in the game, and it's awesome. It's freaking great. How you get to it is, well, if you've played Sonic 2 before, and you go to Mystic Cave Zone Act 2, most people know about the bottomless, or the pit, where if you played it on Genesis, you'd fall down in pit and couldn't get out, And if you were Supersonic, you pretty much have to like reset the game or wait for the timer. But they changed it up. They changed it to where it's a bottomless pit, and whenever you fall down that hole, you go to the hidden palace zone, which was awesome. I was like, oh yeah! And then it has, it's just one zone, because it kind of acts as Mystic Zone Act 2, and you have, there's a whole new boss, it's Eggman, but he's in a whole different, like, thing. It looks like a trombone, and he's like, he blows on it, and then, like, these rocks or, like, these little mines come down, and you have to dodge, and then he'll, blow it up again, and then it'll blow up and hit him, and then that's when you hit him. But it's freaking awesome because, because you can play as either Sonic and Tails, or Knuckles. And also, if you beat the game with all the emeralds, Supersonic, you get a special ending, little scene, which, if you haven't seen the box to Sonic 3, it's pretty much that. So, Sonic 3 and Knuckles coming to Android and iOS? I hope so. And I hope they make it to where it was supposed to be. It will be awesome. Explosions.
Wow.
Everywhere.
That was intense. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you use the Muga controller?
Muga.
Yes, I did.
How does that work?
You can't play Sonic without a controller. I can't.
No, but it works fine though?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just put, like, at first I thought, oh, this ain't gonna fit because I have a S4 and the S4s are bigger. And, but the thing, flip it open and it extends, so it fits, any phone.
Good. I'm glad it fit. So.
Cool.
And it uses Bluetooth, so.
Yeah.
But that Sonic CD code didn't work, sadly.
Well. No, well.
Yeah.
I got the thing for free, so you really can't complain. So.
Well, yeah, and I have Sonic CD on Steam.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. What was that other one?
Wonder Boy 3 and the Dragon's Trap.
No, I didn't play a lot of it, but it's a good game.
Well, it was enough for you to put something on Facebook, so.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you've been playing, I guess, huh?
Man,
Oh, man.
it's intense.
Alright, well, I'll go next, if you guys don't mind. See, well, I've been playing Bravely Default,
Yeah.
and I'm at at least I hope so, I'm at the final boss of the entire game,
Okay.
I think.
How
I
far
think.
are you? Like, how much hours have you put into it? Like, how far are you?
I'm 72 hours in.
Wow. Yeah, I just wanted to know. I was like curious kind of how long. It really is a long game.
Okay, yeah, I'm 72 hours in, and it would be longer if I decided to do a lot more of the side quests. Later in the game, I decided to skip a few of them just because, it's getting near the end. I'm like, I just want to kind of finish this game. It's a great game. Don't take it wrong. Like I just want to get this game over with. But yeah, I think I'm at the very end of the end of the game. And I like it. I really do like it. I don't want to give too much away because I know, Dan, you haven't played as much as me. so I don't want to give any of the story away, but I like it. I really do like it. I like the ability where you can Abby link with your friends, so you can make your characters more powerful, because most of the game I had like a level 3 mage, or a level 3 black mage, acting as like a level 13 mage, linking with one of my friends. But yeah, I like it. It's a good traditional turn-based RPG. Love the characters. Um, See, I don't want to say anything that ruined the story for you, Dan. So I'm probably just going to stop right there because I just don't want to ruin the story. But I'll just tell you right, I'm at the final boss of the game, and I haven't beaten it yet because every day I'm updating my data and getting net friends, and you can collect 20 of them. And I'm getting a lot of these net friends that give you ability of like 9,999 damage. So I'm kind of saving those up. So when I fight the final boss, I could just brave like 3 times with each character and just summon all the friends all at once. So I don't know if that's cheating.
I do the same thing. It is not cheating. It is, okay. I do the exact same thing.
So yeah, so right now I have 16 net friends that would at least do 8,000 damage, and I have 2 net friends that'll do something like 50,000 damage, and the way you do more damage above 9,999 is you do the second bravely action. Do you know how to do this, Dan?
I don't think so.
Okay, press the start button. When you're in, like, you notice when you're fighting in battle, you see that little hourglass on the bottom screen, and you have a 3 max.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to use that?
Yeah, it's just like they introduced it in the beginning of the game, but I totally forgot about it.
Yeah. Well, you hit the start button, and that'll activate your second bravely action. And later in the game, this is not a spoiler, so don't worry. Later in the game, they tell you that if you use the secondary bravely action, you could do it. It is possible to do more damage than 9,999. So, yeah, I have 2 net friends that do something. I think one of them does 50,000 damage, and the other one does something like 74,000. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm saving up a lot of my net friends so I can just fight the last boss and just go, fuck you, asshole.
Brave.
Exactly. Because I did the math. You have 4 characters on your team. If I do brave 3 times for each 4 characters, then that's 12 friends I can summon in one turn, and if they all do 9,999 damage,
see you later, boss.
Yeah, that's bye boss character. And and the only thing that I don't know how strong the boss is. So if this works, great. If it doesn't, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. So because the boss I fought before this one I'm at now was a pain in the ass, and there was no way I could beat it without saving up my net friends. I'll tell you that right now. So, I hope that wasn't too spoilerish, but yeah, that's where I am. That's what I'm doing. It's cheating. I don't care. I think it's so awesome. It's awesome. It's really good. But my team right now is I have Ringabel as a Dark Knight / pirate. I have Adia, who is she is a Valkyrie / Black Mage. What's the other girl's name?
Anyez.
Anyez, yes. She is my Summoner / White Mage. And then the other guy, fuck, what's his name too? Teak? No. Tiz. Yeah. He is a he's a spell fencer / white mage, because I couldn't think of a second ability for him. So yeah, I love my team. I really do, and it's a great game too. So next game I've been playing some Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, And this is a good game. It's pretty much just like the Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii. Not much has changed. They obviously, if you guys have seen like Nintendo Directs, they had new elements in the game where you play as Dixie Kong and Cranky Kong, and these two characters are actually kind of cool, but they kind of like um, they kind of make Diddy Kong a little obsolete
Yeah.
because Dixie pretty much does the same thing as Diddy, except Dixie goes in an upward arc, while Diddy just goes straight
Yeah.
across horizontal, and Cranky Kong acts like a pogo stick. So those two characters really kind of make Diddy obsolete. So I like. There's points in the game where you can pick up like a DK barrel and it switches from a blue, pink, and yellow. The blue one is Diddy, and I never pick up the Diddy Kong. I always either go pink or yellow because just they're better. But yeah, it's I can't say too much. It's just Donkey Kong Country. Not much has changed. The music though, the music in the game is fantastic. Like I want the soundtrack. I really, really want this soundtrack. But yeah, I don't know if I have that much to say. I'm on the fifth world, and it's getting to the point where it's really hard. Like levels are really pissing me off, just because I keep dying, and that's what I like about the game. If like this is the game, I really like it for this feature. If it didn't piss me off, I think it'll be a completely boring game. But yeah, I like it. It's a little too easy to get extra lives. I think I have like 48 of them. But if you play co-op with a friend, those 48 lives are going to go bye-bye really quick. Because if one character dies, you can respawn exactly where the other character who is still playing and just continue on. But if you keep dying, you share lives. So that's why like your lives will go by really, really quick if you're playing with a co-op. The game is almost impossible playing co-op. But it's very possible playing by yourself. So, but playing co-op makes it kind of like a cool party game too. So, I don't know. It has its ups and downs, but it's a good game. I think it's a must-have for the Wii U. I really do. It's a great platformer. I think it's a little better platformer than Super Mario 3D Land. So, yeah, I really like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. And the last game I mentioned for the questions is South Park Stick of Truth. This game is hilarious. This game is absolutely fucking hilarious. Any fan of South Park has to play this game. It has so many homages, so many references of past episodes. Even like it has references that I even forgotten. Like one of Cartman's power-ups or one of his special moves is, anyone remember from the South Park movie?
Yeah.
When he got really pissed at the end, where he was like, "Shit, fucking goddamn it, Barbara Streisand!" And then he got into this huge explosion, electrical attack. They put that in the game. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. They gave that ability to Cartman with the chip, and I'm just like, that is fantastic. I would never thought they would put that in the game, but they put like other elements in the game. Like if you go to like Butter's closet, his Professor Chaos costume is in there. There's so many different references, and anyone who doesn't know anything about this game, it's a turn-based RPG, where you take turns, obviously, but how the battles play out is similar to like Super Mario RPG or Paper Mario, where when you go to attack, you have to time your button presses to do more damage. So like it'll say something like, when your item flashes, hit A, and if you hit it dead on, you do it perfect. If you're a little too late, you won't do as much damage, but you'll still hit them. So each character has different abilities. You only get to have 2 party members on your team at the same time, you and one other. I'm going through the game right now with Butters and Cartman. I'm switching between the two, and when you start up the game, you make your character. It's fully customizable. You make your brand new character because you play as a kid who just arrived in the town, and fully customizable character. See, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away for people who haven't gotten this far. I'm like 9 hours in. I've heard it's like a 12 to 14 hour game, so I'm like, I think about 3/4 of the game done. Um, yeah, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away. I think I probably already said too much anyway. But it's a good game. It's any fan of South Park, please pick this up. Great game. Any fan of RPGs, you might want to give this a try. But it's more catered toward South Park fans, definitely. So, yeah, it's a fucking hilarious game, and there's actually a lot of replayability in the game too, because there is a point in the game where you have to choose sides. That's all I'm gonna say. So. Yeah, I would say pick this up if you're a South Park fan. If you're an RPG fan, I would say give it a try, at least a rent, because it's definitely a good, hilarious, funny game. So, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay.
Are you guys interested in that game at all?
Yeah, definitely. It's just,
Yeah, a little.
like, I'm not the biggest South Park fan just because I haven't watched, like, I watched some of the early seasons and then I stopped watching it for a while.
Oh.
And I feel like I'd still enjoy it because I'm an RPG fan and I really did enjoy some of the really early South Park stuff.
Well, they have references from like season 1 episodes. They really do.
Yeah. And
So, like,
I've
I
watched
think
people
you'll get
play
help.
it. Yeah, I've watched people play it and it looks so funny. Like, like I was laughing my ass off just watching other people play it. So I think I totally enjoy it just for the humor factor of it. It'd be great. It's just I'm kind of waiting till it drops in price.
The only thing I'm afraid of this game is it has replayability, like Ari mentioned, but the only thing I'm afraid of is if I play this game multiple times, the jokes are not the jokes are going to be resaid. I'm going to know
Yeah.
what's going, so like the appeal of it is going to go down the more time. It's like watching the same movie over and over and over again. You know what's going to happen. You know what jokes are going to be said. So, but the first time playthrough is really really funny. So,
Good stuff. So I'll go next. Like I mentioned, I've been super busy over the last couple of weeks. So I played 2 games, and they're pretty much the same two games that I mentioned last time. So nothing new here. But the first one I'll mention, obviously, like Cliva, I've been playing Bravely Default on my 3DS. I'm definitely not as far as him. I'm about 30 hours in. I just kind of restored the fire crystal. But it's so funny that Clive mentions that because I do the same thing when I get to bosses. I'm like, brave, 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 summon friend, summon friend, summon friend. And I just go through to like pick all my like strongest friends and use them, and they kind of handle the bosses for me so far. So is it cheating? I don't know, but it's in the game, so I feel kind of guilty when I do it. But it's like, damn, I could just kick the boss's ass right now by doing this. So it's just funny, like, it's interesting. But I'm enjoying it. Like, it's such a good traditional RPG. It reminds me of a lot of the stuff I miss from kind of classic RPGs, and just the kind of dying off trend of traditional turn-based RPGs. And it's really great for fans of like really tried and true classic RPGs. It's fantastic. It's got an incredible soundtrack. It's got an incredible visual presentation and really likable characters. The job system and the job classes just add so much depth to the game, and it makes it really addicting trying to get all the job classes and leveling up job classes and all the friend stuff. And oh my god, I was always addicted to the village aspect. I finally got like I think I'm like at 130 villagers in my village that are just putting in the work, leveling up my shops and all that. It's so addicting. So there's a lot there. Like, there's a lot there. For it being a traditional RPG, there's a lot of mechanics to it, but it's really, really good, and I highly recommend it for 3DS owners, especially RPG fans. And the other game I'm going to mention is a game I beat. I finally beat it, and oh my god, I mentioned it before, but it's so good. One of my favorite PS Vita games now. That is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This game took me a lot longer than I thought it would. Like, mystery adventures, you don't think they're going to be that long, but this was like a 30-hour story. Like, oh my god. And like, if you play the game, it's broken up where it kind of follows a day and night cycle and like new days and stuff like that. And you'll have times where they call it free time, and during free time you can have the option to talk to other characters and kind of just talk to them in natural conversation. So it's kind of like a sim kind of game in that aspect, like a social sim. You talk to people, give them presents and stuff like that. You get to learn more about them. But then eventually it's a killing game. Like, it's a really well thought out killing game by this quote unquote unknown mastermind. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot with this idea of who the mastermind of the killing game is. But it's this elaborate killing game for people to, in order to escape this kind of confinement of being trapped in this school, which is just like completely sealed up, booby traps everywhere, but it's still a traditional school and all that. The only way to actually graduate and get out of it is to successfully murder someone, but not only murder someone, you have to get away with it too. So that kind of goes into the other main aspect of the game, and that's called the class trials, because once a murder actually happens, it'll kind of go into investigation mode, and in investigation mode, it's up to you to kind of find all the clues, because you have to find all these clues to be able to bring them forth in the class trial and kind of find the right person who actually did the murdering. And the key aspect to that is if you and the rest of your classmates pick the wrong person who murdered someone, then that one person who, betrayed everyone and kind of tricked everyone gets to graduate and leave from the, this trap confinement, and everyone else gets executed. So it's like a do or die situation. Like, you have to find the right person or else you're going to die. So, like, it's really twisted. It's really just, the class trials are so interesting, and they're so, like, energetic and so full of passion. There's a lot of voice acting. The voice acting is really, really good. The class trials start to get really hard later on because they take about, like, 2 hours to do one class trial, and they're so charged of trying to find, like, the right kind of contradictions in people's statements and kind of contradicting them with the right information. But they add all these elements. Like, there's so many elements to it. And there's, like, a music rhythm game section. There's, like, every class trial ends with, like, this kind of visual novel or, like, a comic book. And, like, it's a comic book layout. So it's up to you to, as a kind of closing statement, you have to kind of piece together in a comic book fashion how the murder actually took place. It's like super in-depth. Like, you have all these small pictures and you have to insert them as certain, like, kind of frames in the comic book where certain things happen in this kind of murder process. So really in-depth. The story gets so good towards the end. Like, it's like all hell breaks loose at a certain point, and it gets so interesting. Like, I was addicted towards the climax of the game. Like, I couldn't put it down. It's so good. There's so much unexpected things that happen later on, and it'd be a crime to spoil it. Just overall, a damn good mystery adventure game. Like, it's one of the best I've played in quite some time. If you like games like 999, Professor Layton, Phoenix Wright, you'll definitely like this. Really, really top notch, and definitely one of my sleeper hits of this year. So easily one of my favorite Vita games. And a fun thing, after you actually beat the game, you kind of unlock, like, a new game mode. And the new game mode's interesting because it's essentially like replaying the game, but without all the killing and the murders. So, like, it just becomes this odd, kind of happy, upbeat kind of school place where you're still trapped, but you're building, like, robots for the master. It's weird. Like, it's a weird game. It turns into, like, a kind of, like, an alchemy kind of game where you have to collect materials in order to create these, like, robots. But then the benefit to the New Game Plus is you actually get to kind of go back and talk to people that you might not have had a chance to talk to and kind of really learn about them. So there's a lot there. There's a lot of content for it being a mystery adventure game, and just a really, really top-notch game. But now that I beat that, I can finally go back to kind of focusing my efforts on Bravely Default. But that's all I've been playing, so I'm hoping to finally have some more free time to actually start playing some other games I've been wanting to play. That's it.
Nice. What's your team in Bravely Default?
Yeah, I don't remember. I think Anya's I have as, like, a really strong white mage and black mage. She balances both. Ringabel is like a pirate and summoner, and Adia is a Valkyrie and knight. Tiz is an archer or a ranger, and a monk, so something like that. He's actually a really good ranger. He's probably like the strongest on the team because he does a lot of damage.
I think my ring of bells my strongest. Cool.
Good stuff, gentlemen.
That's about it, guys, huh?
Yeah. Wraps it up for episode 89. Wow. Wow.
What the hell is that?
That's the thing.
Techno's excited, so.
Techno's always excited. He's all about that Taco Bell breakfast menu.
Yeah.
He just can't stop thinking about it. It's like, damn, I gotta
Dude,
get
I'm
him on.
actually looking at...
He's like planning it
pictures
out.
of it.
He's like planning it out, like, oh, I gotta
What
get
am I
this,
going
this.
to get first?
You guys are crazy. So, but yeah, that's episode 89, guys, the Press Start podcast. So, we're going to end it here. See you guys in 2 weeks. Everyone say goodbye.
Bye. It's good to be back, and it's good to be back. Love you guys. Take it easy.